Okay, I'm back. All right. Well, I don't know why this is happening, but I used to be able to do this before. I could stream and actually run generations on Stable Diffusion. It would be fine, but for some reason now I can't seem to do both. So I have to do it on a separate window, on a separate device. So let me see if I can connect to my other one here. And let me see if I can copy this image, bring it over here. Okay. So this is the way it's going to have to work. Let me look. Yeah, for so whatever reason. I mean, I know the reason, like basically the Stable Diffusion uses your GPU power, right? So if I'm streaming from it, it tends to take priority over my stream, and then it will cause the stream to malfunction. It makes OBS lock up, and so therefore then you're not going to be able to see anything I'm doing. But so one of the things that I have to do now is I have to run Stable Diffusion on a different machine, so I'm basically remote desktoping to it so that it works fine. But like I said, this wasn't an issue before, and maybe it's because I didn't set up OBS as like starting it as administrator, because usually if I start it as admin, it gets more priority. But I didn't do that this time. So maybe that's the issue. Anyways, we're back. I'm sorry about that. So I've gone ahead and remote desktoped into my other machine back there, which is why it's now just logged out. So we're using Stable Diffusion on that machine. It shouldn't cut us off now. Resources, damn it, resources. Am I still under the same thing? Coffee chat chatting? Yeah. Let me change this to. Okay. Ooh, that's bright. I really do not like. I wish I could change that. Can I change the theme? No, there's no theme on this one. Man, that is really that's really bright, but okay. I'll make this I think I can make this. Yeah, there we go. It's bigger. Okay, so let's do the same thing. So we should be fine. Let me pick up where I left off. So for starters, I got to make this smaller first. And then find my image. I want to make sure I put my image in the right place. Go to PNG. Okay, there it is. So that's all the information that I need. So this is basically an image that I generated in Stable Diffusion before. So it has all of the prompt info, the negative prompt info, and also the settings for configuring this image. And that's all saved in the PNG itself. So once I put that info in and it's there, I can then send it to text to image. And so there it is. So here's my prompt. Here's my negative prompt. Notice I'm using the words NSFW here, which means that one of the things to say no to is any kind of nudity. So make sure that it doesn't put any nudity in. I would say 9 times out of 10 that actually works. It should work all the time, but there's always those cases. And it has set up the sampling to 25. It was using Euler A, and the width is exactly what it was. The CFG or configuration scale is set to 7. This is what I was telling you earlier as an example for Scum. The scale can go anywhere from 0 to, I don't know, let me go all the way, 0 to 30. But the sweet spot is between 7 and 14. And the people that actually created the sampling method here, Euler, they tell you that. Even the people that create the actual diffusion checkpoint, they tell you that. They let you know, hey, Only set it between this and you'll get the sweet spot. And that's what I was talking about. When developers create something that has a range, they should tell you what range it works best in. All right, so let's run this generation so we can get the girl in here. Here's the model. Let's go ahead and generate that. And I'm going to explain why this prompt looks different than all the other ones that I've done after it runs. Okay, so this is running on a different machine, so it shouldn't cost me any issues whatsoever. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, so there we go. We have our girl. Let's take a look at her for a second so you can see. This is our girl. Now, you'll notice, I want you to pay attention to what she's wearing. Not the setting. Forget the setting. This is a Victoria's Secret runway show. Okay, that's what it is. But she's not wearing actually, a bra and stuff. And I want you to focus on what she's wearing. She's wearing a red crop top and a pair of white jeans. And also her hair color is like a natural kind of light blonde or brown kind of. All right, so I want you to pay attention to those things. And even her eye color. Her eye color is, I think it's like a, I don't know, maybe it's a light brown or something. All right, so now that we know those things, we're going to go over here to the prompt real quick. Now, the first prompt is what we normally see when we actually create anything. We have to give it a prompt. This prompt is, as I just said a second ago, it's a full body photo of a Victoria's Secret model, runway, rim lighting, studio lighting, looking at the camera. I put DSLR. It's an ultra quality, sharp focus, tack sharp, whatever. There's all these extra words. DOF, which is depth of field, film grain, type of lens, whatever. 8K UHD. It probably has a lot more words than it needs, but that's what it is. Okay. High detailed skin and skin pores, blah, blah, blah. Perfect. But this is the area I want you to focus on. Down here at the bottom, it says break, natural blonde hair, break, red crop top, and it has a weight to it. And then again, break, and it has white jeans and a weight to it, 1.3. Okay, there we go. What that is doing is it's telling it basically in these 3 sections, it breaks up the image in 3 sections. This top section is the hair, the middle section is the shirt, the bottom section is the pants. And it's telling it what it wants to put on that model's body by explicitly saying what it is. Now, how does that work? Well, there's this great thing down here called regional prompter. And regional prompter, if active, once you set it up, and in this case, I set it up to this type of layout, 0, 1, and 2, add com, add row, add row. This right here is breaking the image up to these sections. And whatever I put in those sections, it's what's going to appear there. So if I go back now and I say blue crop top, black jeans, I'll leave the hair, but I'll say blue eyes. I'll add blue eyes. And now we're going to go ahead and run this. There's a lot of screaming going on. So now exactly the same thing. We're using the same girl because we're using the same seed, which is that image. And I'm going to go ahead and generate. There it is. So it should be the same girl. And there she is. Same girl, kind of different pose. We can actually, change that up a bit, but it's giving us a random pose. Now we could do 4 of those to see what it is, but basically this is how it works. There's the black jeans, there's the blue shirt. I'm trying to see if they're calling me because I'm hearing them screaming. So let me change this to 4 for a second. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to generate it again. 4 count. Excuse me. Sorry about that. They're like right outside my door and they're trying to brush the dog's teeth, but they're so freaking loud. Okay, so here's a couple of other examples. So again, blue shirt, black jeans. Definitely what we put in. We also said blue eyes. And so if we look, she's definitely got blue eyes. Some of these no. And more than half the time, obviously, I would say 9 out of 10 again, it's going to be accurate. Now the blue is different because I didn't specify a specific blue. And obviously the back changes, so it's very different backgrounds. So then now let's change it and instead be blue blouse. No, actually let's do like a, and then let's change this to white blouse, and we'll do red pants, not jeans. Okay, so now we're gonna run it again. Do 4 different ones. So there it goes. It's the same girl because it's the same seed. It's the same background, so it's the same, using kind of the same prompt idea. It's in a studio, it's in a runway, it's got some lighting. So it's the same idea. It's just changing the clothing. And I'm specifically saying what clothing I wanted to wear. In this case, as you can tell, 1 out of 4 is wrong. And then also one of them has darker hair. So if we look at these, again, red pants, white blouse. We didn't change. It's supposed to be naturally blonde hair. Okay, this is kind of blondish, but it's not. It's a little darker. And we're doing blue eyes. They all have blue eyes. And so that's one way. Now, you're saying, yeah, okay, so, but you're giving her pants and you're giving her a shirt. It's always the same. All right, so let's change it up. So instead now, how about instead of red pants, let's do a red skirt. I'm gonna do a yellow one this time. Did I say shirt? I meant skirt. So let's try this again. Now, obviously, I don't think anybody would go out like this, but I'm just using a random color just for now. And so here's a skirt. And I'm going to show you one other example after this. So come on, finish up. Same prompt again. It's a runway show with lights. It's a model, and she's wearing, and this time we said a yellow blouse and a red skirt. And there it is. I mean, there it is. Now, there's something that I tried out, and I said floral top. Oops, wrong way. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, wrong one. So I did floral top, and then I'll do white dress. Okay. So what's going to happen with this? So now what it does, it's giving us a floral top, but a white dress. So it's combining the floral top with dress and making the top of the dress a floral pattern. Thank goodness they're not naked. And the bottom of the dress white. And if it doesn't, and I'll look at some of these examples just so you see. So they are floral patterns in the front. I'm going to go to each one. It's all right. So here we go. So this is like a floral pattern on top mixed with a white dress. So it's giving me exactly what I said. And in that bottom part, it's going white dress. In the middle part, it's going a floral. If I go to the next one, same thing. This is a different type of floral top, obviously a little more see-through. And then there's the white dress there. Same thing here, kind of following the same pattern. She's still blonde with blue eyes, and we'll change that in a moment. And here's the white dress. Okay, so this still has a little bit of floral stuff on the top, so it's still following the pattern. Now, what if I change this to be Let's make it a white top, black dress. And let's change the hair to black hair. Red, can we do red hair? Let's do red hair. Let's see what happens. So now we're going to generate this. Same girl, different color hair. That's the pattern it should follow. Or same, almost same girl, because she's not going to be completely exactly the same, but very similar. Now, why is this interesting? Okay, so we're just using a girl as a model for this, but I'm going to show you in a moment doing this for an image. And like I said, 1 out of 4 works. So let's look at these. Okay, so one of them worked. And this is where white and black together kind of, sometimes it doesn't work out because it will like just one overpowers the other, or they're equal. So maybe they'll both be that. So that's okay. So like, for example, we also said red hair and the girls don't have red hair. So we'd have to run this again. We're going to run it again just to check. But here's an example. Here's a white top, black bottom, black dress. This is all black dress. This is all white dress. This is all white dress also. So this one didn't work out the way it should, but the girl's the same. So let's try one more time, and then we'll move on to the image the next image I want to show you. And by the way, this is the last thing I'm going to do. If you guys have any questions on stuff, you want to throw them in now. Get any questions about the week coming up, or the next couple of days, whatever, throw it up here. Got any ideas? Need to schedule some time with me after stream for whatever reason you need conversation about something, let me know. This is probably not going to do it either. Oh, but her hair's more red, so that's good. So the white and black dress thing doesn't work. The white top. Same. So let's change this up a little bit. Because it's exactly the same is because if I leave it at 7 and didn't change anything, it's always going to be exactly the same. Those are the exact same images as before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down to 5. I'm getting closer to what I need. So let's go here. Star Citizen when? That's a good question. I would like to say tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to tomorrow. Definitely we'll try it either Friday or Saturday. It might be oh wait, what's this weekend? Yeah, it might be Saturday. By the way, I will not be around. I'm definitely not going to be here Monday. I have my daughter's graduation. So next week I'll be out. Okay, again, this is very similar. Let's go the other extreme. Let's try this out. More than likely Saturday is going to be Star Series. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, it'll probably be Saturday. So red hair does not seem to be working. I mean, it's kind of reddish tone, but no, it's more black. And also, now that I raise this up to 16, it's also messing up my image a little bit. See the faces? Faces are getting messed up. And this is why you keep it at a certain sweet spot. They're not terrible. I mean, the faces are fixed except for this one here. But again, it's this one's, there it goes. Now we got white and black, here's black, here's whatever. They're all good images, but that's kind of the way that works. So no matter what I change there, it's going to go ahead and change her outfit. So that's how we do it. Just messing with you. I know you're busy. I'm off work Saturday this week though. Oh, cool. I might do it in the morning time. The daytime is usually when I can run a Saturday stream. Unless I have free time in the afternoon, but I think it'll be in the morning time. All right, last thing I'm going to do. So now let me I need to find this image, this other image. So give me a second. Let me switch gears here real quick. All right, switch this over. Okay, this is the image right here. All right, so we're going to grab this. We're going to refresh just so we have a blank slate. I'm going to take this image, I'm going to drop it in there. Okay. Similar concept. There's an image of a car. There's some lightning and clouds in the back. There's a pink house on the side. It's in the middle of the street. And there's a pink cherry blossom tree or something on the left-hand side also. Okay. So we got that. So we're going to take this information from here and we're going to put it over into our send to text. There it is. So again, this is broken down the same way it's used, but except that this is now using a regional prompter or a regional prompt that goes from left to right, not from top to bottom. So it's got 4 slots this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? Okay, that's the template. Now we go back up here. So let's look at what it says. A car parked on the side of the road by a beautiful wild park across the street from a house, dramatic lighting, National Geographic photo of the year, cinematic angle, and then it has the breakpoints. Cherry blossom is in the first part, a blue car is in the second part, thunderstorm and rain is in the third, and the pink house is on the fourth, right? Okay, that's basically the idea. So we're gonna go ahead and run this, but I gotta check by a beautiful wild park. Why do I say beautiful wild park? How about just by a park? Doesn't have to be beautiful. We're gonna change this a little bit, and we're gonna go ahead and create that. Beautiful wild park. What the hell's that? Okay, so it's creating one item there. I'm gonna create 4 of them, but this is the general idea, right? Cherry blossom, blue car, road, across the street, there's a house, there's the rainstorm behind it. That's the general idea. I'm gonna run 4 of these. I always forget this is not very far. Right there. Okay. Let's go ahead and generate that again. And then we're going to change stuff around. Okay. One more. All right. So what do they all have in common? They're exactly the same layout as all of them. There's a cherry blossom on the left-hand side. There's a blue car in the middle of the road. Across the street, there's a pink house. And also in the middle and the back, you see lightning and a thunderstorm, right? Exactly the same structure because that's what we told it. Now let's change things around. What if we want a red house? Let's do that. What if we want a white car? Will this work? What if instead of a cherry blossom tree, it's an oak tree? And we're going to leave thunderstorm and rain in the background. So now let's go ahead and generate that. So there we go. It's already generating. It's already changed its mind on what exactly it's giving. The layout, by the way, the composition is going to be different because as you can tell, sometimes it's a side view, sometimes it's an angle view, sometimes it's straight on. So the composition of the image changes, but the actual components in the image don't change. Now, I don't think it understands what an oak tree is. In some cases it does. So let's go ahead and click on these so we can take a look at them. So I think this right here on the left is an oak tree. So that actually worked out on this picture here. So we'll look at that in a second. But they all follow the same idea. They all have a tree on the side, white car in the middle, thunderstorm and lightning or rain, whatever in the back, and then a red house on the side. Exactly the same. And then I'll go over here and we'll look at them separately individually. This is probably the best idea, except I wish it was the other way. There it is again. It is. So it follows the rules of breaking it down into left, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's how that works. I'm going to do a black car. Can I do a black sports car? I wonder if it works that way. I'm going to change this to sunset. I'm going to put here, make it a White House. And I'm going to change this to autumn trees. Let's see if that changes anything. So now we're going to generate. Let me go to here. Ah, it's amazing. It's changing it already. So again, I'm just identifying what's in each part of the image. It's called regional prompter. It works so great. I mean, when I found out about this, I was like, oh, this is ridiculous, because of the fact that now you can generate an image. This is, remember I was telling you about orchestrating, how I think AI generated art. Who are the people that generate? What do you call the person that generates art through AI? Well, originally we were like, well, we can't call them an artist because they're technically not doing the art. And then we were like, well, I guess they're called a prompter because they're writing the prompt. So they're just a prompt engineer to actually get the artwork done. But I think that that's usually for somebody that's doing chat GPT and stuff like that, creating prompts for that. I get it. You may create prompts here too. But I think, I really feel, and I'm solid on this, that people that are AI art generators orchestrate an image when they are actually using it to its full capacity and how you use the tools. Like this is orchestrating an image. You gave it a prompt, but you didn't just give it a prompt and say, hey, give me an image of a car by a park and there's a house nearby. Okay, you didn't, yes, you did that. That was part of it. But then you decided to take each element and tell the image or tell the software where to put each element in the image. So you are literally placing each item in the part of the scene that you want. That's orchestrating. So that's what I think is going to be the new word for me, that I'm going to call people that are creating images or orchestrating an image when they do it in this way. So look at these images. I mean, if you think about it, there's a tree on the left-hand side, the black car. And by the way, we said autumn trees, and look, it's an autumn tree. There's a black car in the road in the second region. The background, which is the third region right here, has the sunset or the sun setting. And then on the right side, which is interesting because it tried to make the White House, not a White House, but the White House. If you notice here on the left-hand side, it's the White House. So this is where it failed. Now these two kind of messed up, with the exception of the car and the tree. It didn't give you a house at all because of the fact that it was unsure as to White House. So let's change that last one. It's not White House. It's actually, I should have wrote a White House, but let's put a light blue house. How about that? I just don't want it to be the White House. So let's try this again, just for simplicity's sake. That's hilarious. But again, I think this is where it's a little bit different. When you use Stable Diffusion, you have a little bit more control. That image is crap. That image is wrong. You have a little bit more control of how you're setting things up. That image is wrong. So it's not getting my black car. This one's probably going to be okay. Yeah, that's a black car. Okay, so 1 out of the 4. And the only reason it looks bluish is because it's falling into the segment that's supposed to be blue. And by the way, the sun is still setting. You just don't see it. But that's not a bad image. Like, I like that one. I would run this again. And I wonder if I put a specific type of car, would it give me that car? I don't know. Let me see. What if I said Corvette? Do you think it'll give me a Corvette? Let's try it. Does it know what a Corvette is? Should I write 1969? Black 1969 Corvette. Let's see if it does it. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. We'll see. I don't think it knows what a Corvette is. It kind of doesn't exactly know. That's a mixture of a Mercedes and a Corvette. Oh man. So it's interesting. It doesn't know what a Corvette is. But notice though, if you look at this image here, this part of this vehicle looks like a Corvette. I wonder if it's a 1969 that's throwing it off. But that is like a Stingray right there. Here's another one. Yeah, same thing here, except the front is like a Mercedes. And same thing here. So it's got like the fender part, but it doesn't know what to do with the rest. Let's take off Corvette and see what happens. I mean, take off 1969. I'm just curious now. I gotta try this out. Oh, I think this might be better, but that looks like Batman. That does not look like the vet. This looks a little more like a freaking that's what is that, Camaro? Oh, I guess it's trying to be like a freaking vet, but it's not. This is probably a nice prototype right there. Okay, so let's look at these. This is actually the closest to it, I think. Let's take a look at all four of them. So that definitely is not a vet. It's trying to be. But again, don't get caught up on the actual car itself. Just the fact that it's still following the same composition by putting the autumn trees on the left-hand side, the black car, regardless if it's a Corvette or not, in the middle, right there on the second region. The background has the sunset, the sun setting, so that's why you see that autumn color in the background, and then you have the light blue house on the right, which is this area here. So it's definitely following the regional prompt. And that's how you orchestrate an image. So I think that's great. There is definitely a lot more control in Stable Diffusion. There's a lot more things to do, a lot more things to learn. There's so many different extensions. That regional prompt is actually an extension that you set up down here. And it really does work. I really have enjoyed using it that way. It is definitely a little bit more intricate of work, but in the end, you get to sculpt the picture that you actually want to have exactly, like piece by piece. So good. All right. I think that was it that I wanted to show you on here. Pretty good stuff, man. Pretty good stuff. Lots of good things. All right. That's all I got for today. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me, man. That was good. I enjoyed being back. Sorry I took some time off. Sometimes it's just better to stay off of the mic, to not say the wrong thing. It's just one of those times when, you know, I was kind of disappointed with a lot of stuff that's happening in the Scum world and the way things rolled out. And I started just look at the way the players are being treated, the people that are loyal to the game, and it actually, and just to talk about this briefly, it kind of annoys me even more that there are some players or streamers or just players in general that they're not willing to really voice their frustrations about certain things. And I get it. Voicing frustration is like putting negative energy out there, and I'm not about negative energy, but I am about, let's bring up a topic of discussion to correct something that can be corrected or should be. And when people just are like, Scum is amazing, it's so much better now, oh my god, what they did is amazing, you guys reinvented sliced bread and all this stuff. I'm like, come on, you know, there's things are not working. Like even when we talked about today, that we're saying how some servers aren't even showing up on the list after dark, you know, and things like that happen. Or when certain things are changed and it's like you lose control and it ruins the game for like a bunch of people that had hardcore servers with a lot of puppets. You know, there's so many things. So all of these things are not to make you angry and frustrated and to say I hate this game and I give up on it, but it's to bring up a point of, hey man, can we think about how we're implementing things and not screwing the game up for everybody as a whole? You know, don't just blanketly throw crap out there that's going to ruin the game. So that's kind of the frustration for me. But then again, who am I to tell people how to run their game, right? And so that's why I said, let me just take off from stream for a little bit. Don't get too into it. We're going to play it regardless. And we're going to play our style and however we want. And that's just it. Enjoy the game. So whether it's Scum or whether it's any other game that you're playing, and if there's glitches, if there's bugs, if there's something about the game you don't like, there's always something in the game that you do like. So just play the game the way you enjoy it and have a good time with it. That's what it comes down to. And eventually somebody will fix whatever needs to be fixed. Anyhow, I hope you guys have a great day. It is Wednesday, so we're halfway through the rest of the week. I always have to look and see what day it is because I forget. And I more than likely will be streaming tomorrow if I can get my work done. I've got some things on my list that I really need to focus on. So if I can get my stuff done, I'm sure I will have a stream tomorrow. Not exactly sure what we'll be doing. Maybe more Scum, and we'll see if I actually get to shoot that wolf with the 2 bullets that I have in my gun. I don't know. We'll see. So until next time, take care of yourself. Make yourself happy, because if you're not happy, nobody around you is going to be. And the better person that you are, the better you can serve others. And that's the way I see it. As long as you're not hurting anybody else or yourself, it's all good. So until next time, I'm out. Peace.